Hi guys, Peaks here. Had my 6 week weigh-in yesterday. Um, yeah, so last week I lost another 4.7 kilos, so I'm wrapped. So last week I did my whole week of swimming, walking at the pools every day, and I was curious as to see what the difference would be. But yeah, it worked out really well. Some days I was there for like an hour and a half, hour to an hour and a half, and so the 2 weeks, my fourth and fifth week weigh-ins only came to, not only, but came to like 3 kilos both weeks. So 4.7 this week, wrapped, mean. Yep, so my total loss as of 6 weeks is 30.9 kilograms. So in 6 weeks I've lost 68.1, well 68 pounds. Yep. So my weight as of yesterday, I'm at 234.7 kilos, down from 265.6 kilos. So my first initial goal is to get down to 230 kilos, and then I could ring the surgeon back to get that rolling. So I might only have like within the next 2 weeks, I definitely would have gotten to the 230 going at this rate. So I think I'll just wait till next Monday and I'll ring the surgeon and had an awesome day today. Actually met a guy I've been talking to on Facebook for a little while that also has a membership, has been going to to Waterworld where I go in Hamilton, where they've got all the pools and the gym and all the classes and da da da. Yeah, he's been going there for a while, and he actually had his vertical sleeve gastrectomy 2 weeks ago, and so it's been awesome catching up with him. There's heaps of questions that even though I've been watching heaps of YouTube videos and going on heaps of websites and reading heaps of material, I still had like a few questions that it's been really handy asking someone else who's just gone through who's been going through the similar processes and just had his operation, same hospital, same surgeon. So it's been great. Yeah, seeing what he's thought, felt, or experienced so far. So yeah. What else is there? Had an appointment with my here we go. So about 2 months ago, so I've been on my Optifast, my own Optifast pre-weight loss surgery diet for the last 6 weeks, but 8 weeks ago, one of my rock bottoms was I actually had a meeting with one of the top boss at work, and it turned out to be a bit of an intervention where awesome boss, but it was a really hard appointment, and yeah, I was pretty much told there that I needed to lose weight, otherwise there would not be a position for me in the future. So basically, bottom line, lose weight or we have to fire you. So that was really hard. That was really hard. I was really embarrassed, and yeah, but she offered me the support of services through the company I work at. So I've got a bit of a support team with other people, with other staff at work, and that's been awesome. We actually have a psychologist does counselling there, so I've been getting counselling sessions. I had one today, and that's going great. Not, yeah. Um, it worked out. It happened. It just so happened when I had that sort of work intervention, that only a week and a half to 2 weeks later, I actually had my first appointment with the surgeon. And say 8 months ago, I'd been trying to get with family. I had a bit of a family meeting when some of my family was over here in New Zealand from Australia, and I had a bit of a family meeting, and out of desperation, I was in a really bad place. I was going down. My physical health was really starting to suffer. It was getting hard to stand up, get in the car. Embarrassed to say, but using the bathroom was becoming a major, uncomfortably embarrassing. That's sucked to talk about, but I talked openly, really put my heart on my sleeve, and reached out to family to see if they could help me fund the operation. Like, I just did not believe I could do it by myself. I was in quite a different headspace to I'm now. Really switched at the moment. My mind's completely in a different place, looking at different things. But that didn't turn out so well. Like, it was $20,000 was what I needed to get the surgery done privately. Around 20,000 New Zealand dollars. But wasn't able to get a loan, and family weren't in a position where they could help in that way either. So I went into a headspin. I was already in the dark place, but as family weren't able to help me there, that threw me into even bigger headspin. So 6 months down the track, I had the appointment with the surgeon. Like, I'd been talking to my general practitioner, my GP, and I said to him that was there a waiting list to go on to that for weight loss surgery to help. He pretty much told me, don't bother. He said, don't even bother. The government only fund a small percentage, and don't even bother. It's a waste of time. You won't get it. So for ages, I didn't really ask, but eventually he did put me through, and when I went to see the surgeon, he asked a whole lot of questions to sort of his check-off list whether I fit the criteria in it. And amazingly, he told me he'd do it. Just do this, lose this much weight, and I'll do it. And when I went, I left there with my partner Kieran, and we were driving back, and I was just completely overwhelmed with emotions. I was like almost hysterical. I started crying on the way as I was driving home. It was like a major relief. Like, at last I'll be able to get the help, medical intervention, medical help to help me get to where I needed to go, because I fully believed there was no way. Like, I was at the position where it was a major earth-moving mission to, in my mind, be thinking, I've got to lose 160 kilos. I was in a mindset I could not do it. I so believed that this is my life. It's going downhill, and I can't stop it, I can't do it, that's just too much. I can't focus for the amount of time it would take to lose that much. I felt weak. My willpower felt really weak, but that's why I was trying to get the funding together to get the operation, because I feel and I felt and I feel my life depends on it. But now I'm in a way better, positive. Yeah, so anyway, I'm jumping around a bit, but once I found out that it was possible, if I do what was needed, I could get it. On the way home, I was crying, and I just couldn't believe that finally, family couldn't help, and I had been upset and avoided them all because, I thought they didn't believe. I felt like the meeting we had, I wasn't believed, I wasn't listened to. The seriousness of what I was asking and talking about, how I felt, was not being listened to. It didn't feel. It felt like it went in one out, year in out the other, and forgotten about really quickly. And I felt like, oh well, that's his life. He's on a downward slope. Oh well, there's nothing we can do. So I was admittedly a bit resentful, but yeah, on that drive home, whilst crying, I just felt, oh my God, someone's family, like I like to think it was my nan, passed away a few years ago, is watching over me, and she's watching over me. There is help. The surgeon's gonna give me this operation and help me get to where I need to go. And that night I came home and I made a major pact in my mind, and I made the decision that this is it. This could be my only chance at help to get where I need to go, and this is it. This is the time. I've got to make this happen. I will make this happen. And 6 weeks later, my weight loss so far shows it is happening. I'm doing it. That just gave me. It felt like instant relief. Like at last, there's a safety net. I'm not just crazy. I do have a major weight problem that I'm not coping with, and the surgeon obviously thinks that way too, that I would benefit from the surgery, to some health issues I've got, and also save the government a lot of money in the long run through, that's the way it's been looked at the moment, save the government. Might cost the government a lot of money to pay for an operation for people in my situation, but in the long run, it's probably going to cost 5 times more to deal with the complications that would come up from if the problem that I'm having was just left to get worse. But yeah, I think I've gone a bit off track there, but yeah, gave me a safety net where I felt safe that I could really, in my mind, and focus. I already had visions of where I'd like to go, but now that was like a major piece of the puzzle to helping me switch my focus to believing in myself that I can do this. And so, I'm just grateful that it's going to be funded, and I'm making the most of this because I feel like this is my shot, this is my time. I might not get this chance if I don't make the most of it. It may not come around ever again. So yeah, been like extremely focused. A lot of people around at work are like just blown away, like wow, 31 kilos in 6 weeks, that's like amazing. Yeah, and I've been asked how are you going at the pools, And it's like my response to that is, like I talked about in the last video also, that I loved swimming growing up, water baby. But I've kept myself out of the pool or at the beach many times over the years because I felt not good about myself image to go and, embarrassed to. But it doesn't feel like a chore doing the exercises in the pool because I just love it that much, being in the water. So like I couldn't, I'm over the moon about that was one of my small boundaries to push through self things, you know, believe in myself, I can do it, you know. When it comes to the surgery, my whole focus is based, well, it's not based, obviously I know the surgery is not going to fix it for me, it is me, but the way I look at it is I see the operation as a safety net against me falling off and binging and then putting all the weight back on and going back to where I started, 6 weeks ago. So no, it's not going to do the job for me, but I see it as being a safeguard. So in my moments of weakness, will fall over, won't allow me to fall right off. I might sort of fall a bit. I expect to fall. Nothing ever goes perfectly and smoothly. I expect there hasn't been any major ripples at the moment. Nothing's swayed my determination whatsoever. But that just makes me feel safe, having the operation, knowing that I've had some sort of medical intervention, so I can't just gorge myself and then put the weight back on so easily, so yeah. But I am, I'm working on the way I've been living the last 6 months is a complete opposite. Going for walks, doing aerobics at home, putting the stereo on, being active at home, working up a sweat, now going to the pools, doing my exercises there in public in front of people. Well, over the years I didn't like to go walking. There's a lake here in Hamilton, in New Zealand. Everybody walks around and around it to get their exercises. But I found that hard. I used to hate doing exercise in front of people. Like I felt like people being judgmental of me, looking at me, oh, there's that fat guy, he's trying to lose some weight, how sad. That's how my self-talk to me of what I imagined people, how they saw me, because I saw myself like that. But yeah, now I'm going to the pools and all good, doing what I need to do, and I'm happy about that. Yeah, rambling a bit tonight. There's a few things I've been talking about work intervention and that. I didn't know if I really wanted to say that, but there's something hugely embarrassing. It's been a tiny motivation, but really my whole focus was brought about through knowing I would have the surgery and that safety net would be there. Because I know, we're our own worst enemies. If any, this journey I know is not going to be easy, and it is all up to me to make it work. It's what you get out of something, what you put into it. You put nothing into it, you get nothing in return. So I'm fully aware and prepared that this journey, even though I'm getting the operation to help, this journey is all up to me and the decisions I make, because I've heard about it and read about it and been told about it. The operation is not the means to an end. It's not a perfect, it's not the cure, and it's going to do it for me. You know, I'm completely aware of that. And so I'm not under no illusions there that it's just going to happen. You know, I'm in a little bit of a bubble in the sense I'm moving along, and I'm sort of in a slight bubble, shielding myself from things that I want to see. Like, you know, you see, it's the funny thing, you go on a diet and all of a sudden you're watching TV and all you notice is all the takeaway foods like McDonald's, KFC, all of that crap. Every single ad. You know, you turn on the radio and there's ads for these places. You go down the street and there's all advertising. It's like crazy. You know, seeing all these videos around the world, obesity epidemics, blah blah blah. You know, in New Zealand they're working towards making cigarette smoking completely illegal. Well, that doesn't bother me, but you know, okay, smoking. Well, you know, obesity, if that's becoming such a major epidemic, you think that councils, government would regulate all of this advertising, all these big companies trying to make money by chucking out crappy food that might be delicious but nutritionally crap. It's just like adding fuel to the fire to, you know, growing obesity problems. But blah blah blah. Anyway, yeah. So, yeah, feeling focused, feeling good. Yeah, Optifast, being on the Optifast has been fine. I haven't had no issues with it. It's helped me get to where I'm at today, and I would definitely recommend, you know, anyone trying to, yeah, Optifast as it's the brand, as the product I'd recommend. It's it's pretty late here, and gotta get up early and go to the pools again. So yeah, so another 4.6 kilos lost last week, wrapped. Got another 4.7 to get to my first goal of 230 kilograms. So surely in the next 2 weeks I would have lost that, but yeah, things are looking up. Getting focused in all different areas of my life, you know. My financial debts and stuff, it's all under control. Everything I can that's within my power to control, to have some sort of control over, I try to get it all in order, so there's, to take away any stress. You know, I know I can't control everything. Shit happens, you know. But the stuff I can improve, I'm doing. I've been working hard to sort out different aspects of my life, just to everything streamlined. You know, not try not to leave any main stones unturned, and just ignore. You know, I'm trying not to ignore anything as I have in the past and let it just get worse and worse. Whatever problem is financial, actually keeping on top of it, and yeah. So there's a whole lot of different areas of my life at the moment that, with my newfound energy and focus, that I'm getting on top of and feeling really good. And yeah, feeling strong. And yeah, well, if you've seen this video, thanks for watching, and till next time, mean.